Today's lesson is called Researchers Discover Why Wombats Have Cube-Shaped Poop. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and today we've got a real treat for you. We're going to talk about poop. What a great topic, and more specifically, we're actually going to talk about the shape of poop, especially the poop that comes from an Australian marsupial or an animal, and that animal, of course, is the wombat. Maybe you've seen pictures of the wombat. It looks like a big, cute teddy bear.
Yes, I believe that wombats are cute, but this isn't a treat. Talking about poop is kind of gross, but it turns out that wombats, this extremely cute animal, does have extraordinary poop. When they poop, it doesn't come out like regular poop. It comes out shaped like a cube, like a geometric entity. How about that? They've got amazing, noteworthy poop. Wow, I'm impressed. Anyways, all sarcasm aside, today we're going to learn about wombats and their poop and how their poop is actually interesting. Anyways, folks, let's go ahead and take a short break. And when we come back, we'll start talking about wombat poop.
Researchers discover why wombats have cube-shaped poop. Native to Australia, the wombat looks for all the world like a cute stuffed toy. But this is not what sets it apart from other animals. These nocturnal marsupials are perhaps best known in the scientific community for one strange and completely unique characteristic. Wombats are the only animals in the world that produce cube-shaped poop.
大家好，标题中我们看到单字 cube 这个字是名词，指立方体、立方形物体。例如 Sandra has a table lamp that is shaped like a cube. Sandra 有一盏立方形的台灯。或是 Would you like a sugar cube in your coffee? 你的咖啡要加方糖吗？另外，这个字也可以当动词，指把食物切成立方体，像是 Please cube the cheese before putting it into the oven. 请把起司切成方块状，再放进烤箱。接着我们看到名词 poop， 意思是粪便。例如 Judy accidentally stepped in the dog poop right outside her front door. Judy 不小心踩到她家门口外的狗大便。另外，这个字也可以当动词，意思是排便，亦可拼作 poo, P-O-O, poo， 为非正式说法，像是Oliver's son rushed home from the park because he desperately needed to poo. Oliver 的儿子从公园冲回家，因为他急着要大便。再来，我们看到片语 set somebody or something apart， 表示使点点点与众不同。例如 The girl's strong self-confidence set her apart from the other students in her class. 那个女孩强烈的自信让她与班上其他学生有所不同。或是The quality of teachers sets this school apart from the rest. 这间学校老师的素质使其与其他学校有所不同。另外，除了上面的意思，这个片语还可以表示保留某事物以供之后使用，像是 Use half of the sugar in the bowl and set the other half apart for later. 先用碗里一半的糖，然后把另一半留起来，稍后使用。再补充两个与 set 连用的相关片语。第一是 set aside， 表示特别拨出或是腾出。举例来说 Donna set aside some apples to make a pie later in the week. Donna 留了一些苹果到本周稍后做派。第二是 be set apart for， 表示准备某物以作为特定用途。我们可以说Around 50 acres of public land have been set apart for recreation. 将近50英亩的公共用地被预留为休闲之用。接下来，我们看到形容词 nocturnal， 指夜间活动的或是夜行性的，像是 If you see a nocturnal animal that's out during the daytime and is acting strangely, call animal control. 如果你看到夜行性动物大白天在外面有奇怪的行动， 请通知动物管制中心。
Okay, so as we discovered in the first paragraph, wombats are the only animal in the world that produce cube-shaped poop. Isn't that fascinating? You know, when you play dice games or something, that's what a cube is.
Yep, there you go. Take a square and make it 3D, and you've got a cube. A Rubik's Cube, a set of dice. Those would be 2 cubes. Great. An ice cube. There you go. And it turns out that usually poop is poop. It all looks about the same. It's brown, cylindrically shaped, maybe. Well, not with wombats. Their poop, their feces, their waste, it actually comes out shaped like a cube. A nicely formed cube. Kind of gross, also kind of interesting. Anyways, native to Australia, the wombat looks for all the world like a cute stuffed toy. This is for certain. Look up a picture of a wombat on Google or something. Wombats are super cute. They look like stuffed animals, like stuffed toys.
Yeah, for all the world, totally. From any aspect, from any way you look at it, in every way, they look like a cute stuffed toy. There's no debating that. No one can say that the wombat doesn't look like a stuffed toy or even a teddy bear, but this is not what sets it apart from other animals. In this sentence, we have a verb phrase here, to set something apart. Okay, it's a two-word verb phrase that can be separated here. We've got the pronoun it in the middle of the phrase here, to set it apart, which means it makes it unique, okay? This is not what makes it unique from other animals. It's not the thing that makes it special when compared to other animals.
Yeah, what sets the wombat apart from other animals in Australia is that it's super cute. No, that's not true. There are all sorts of super cute animals in Australia and in the world. Oh my goodness, in Australia you've got kangaroos and koala bears. In Madagascar they're a long, long way away. Far, far away you've got lemurs. They're super cute. Oh my goodness, the world is filled with super cute animals. What makes the wombat special, what sets it apart, is not its cuteness. These nocturnal marsupials are perhaps best known in the scientific community for one strange and completely unique characteristic. Wombats are the only animals in the world that produce cube-shaped poop. How about that? By the way, like many animals there in Australia, wombats are marsupials, like koala bears and kangaroos. They're marsupials. They've got a pouch there on their bellies, and they carry their young in there. Also, they are nocturnal animals. That means they are generally active at night.
Indeed, and of course, if we talk about the special qualities that the animal has, we're describing their characteristics. We often use this term or this word to talk about what sets animals apart from other animals. So in this particular case, the unique characteristic or the unique trait is the fact that it has cube-shaped poop. I could say the characteristic that sets kangaroos apart from other animals is the fact that they can hop. Most other animals can't really hop like kangaroos can, but this is their special trait, their special characteristic. They have cube-shaped poop. Isn't that fascinating? So let's continue talking about this fascinating subject. We'll move on now to the next paragraph.
You might wonder why anyone would care about the shape of wombat feces, but it is a phenomenon that puzzled scientists for years. Many theories were offered up on the subject. Yet, it was only in 2018 that Patricia Young, an American researcher who specializes in fluid mechanics and biology, found the answer to this burning question. Determined to offer an explanation, Young and her associates examined the intestines of 2 dead wombats. What they found was that wombat intestines stretch unevenly. Running along the inside of the intestinal wall are 2 grooves. that stretch more than the rest of the intestine, thus creating an irregular shape. As feces pass through the intestines, they are eventually turned into cubes.
第二部分，我们看到单字 biology， 这个字是名词，意思是生物学，字尾的 ology 表示点点点学。我们可以说 Mary is studying biology so that she can be a doctor one day. Mary 在念生物学，以便未来可以当医生。
Now, you might wonder why anyone would care about the shape of wombat feces, poop, waste, feces, F-E-C-E-S, but it is a phenomenon that puzzled scientists for years. Yes, the reason that poop is usually shaped the way it is that it comes out of us. It resembles the insides of us. It passes through us and takes that particular shape. Somehow, though, there's something that happens in wombats, though, that's different. So when the poop comes out, it's shaped differently, like a cube.
And yes, when they defecate, when they do their business, of course, this is a phenomenon in nature, just like a typhoon or a hurricane or an earthquake. Those are natural phenomena. Phenomena with an A at the end is the plural form. Phenomenon is the singular form. And again, a phenomenon is just something that happens. So yes, this is a phenomenon that has puzzled scientists for years. Why do they do that? Why would they need to poop square-shaped, or rather cube-shaped poop? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem to serve any purpose.
Now, many theories were offered up on the subject, yet it was only in 2018 that Patricia Yang, an American researcher who specializes in fluid mechanics and biology, found the answer to this burning question. So it was only a few years ago that people figured out why wombats pooped the way that they did. Now, did a zoologist figure this out? By the way, a zoologist is a scientist who studies animals, okay? No, a zoologist did not figure this out. Patricia Yang is an American researcher who specializes in fluid mechanics and then also biology. So maybe she's a bit of a zoologist, but it goes deeper than that. If you are a biologist, you study biology. You study all of life, all living things.
Exactly. To specialize means you have an extra special skill in something. Of course, lots of doctors get their general medical degrees, but then they might specialize in something like ophthalmology or various other disciplines of the medical profession. So in this particular case, she specializes in fluid mechanics, how fluids move in living things. Biology, of course, is, as you said, the study of living things. And, of course, she has found the answer to this burning question. It's not a question that's on fire. It's just a question that lots of people want to know the answer to. Are UFOs real? Yes, that's a burning question that everybody wants to know the answer to.
Yep, people are just really curious about this. Now, Patricia Yang, she really wanted to get to the bottom of this. Yes, determined to offer an explanation. Yang and her associates examined the intestines of 2 dead wombats. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the only way to find out is to experiment on the animals themselves. They don't want to kill the little creatures. They're so cute. So, of course, these ones were already dead. So, of course, she and her associates did some research. They examined the intestines of 2 dead wombats. An associate, of course, is somebody who works together with you. They're kind of like your work partner.
Now, what they found when they examined the intestines of these 2 dead wombats, what they found was that wombat intestines stretch unevenly. Running along the inside of the intestinal wall are 2 grooves that stretch more than the rest of the intestine, thus creating an irregular shape. By the way, if something is not regular, you wouldn't say unregular. Yes, you would say irregular. Now, as feces pass through the intestines, they are eventually turned into cubes. Because of this, or I should say because of these grooves, there's a regular stretching, and yeah, as feces pass through the intestines, as food is digested there, the feces, the poop, the waste, it turns into cubes. Voila, amazing. Yay, science. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and take a short break, but when we come back, we'll wrap up our article on wombat feces.
Interestingly, Young's research may have industrial applications. In modern manufacturing, cubes are usually produced in one of two ways, through cutting or molding. The physiology of wombats may just help us improve our manufacturing techniques.
最后第三部分，我们看到名词 physiology， 意思是生理学。举例来说 Henry's dream is to win the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Henry 的梦想是赢得诺贝尔生理医学奖。
Okay, let's wrap up our article on wombat feces. And of course, you may be wondering, why do we need to talk about this? Why is this a burning question? Who cares about the shape of wombat poop? Well, interestingly, Young's research may have industrial applications. Yes, we study things in nature all the time. Sometimes we don't know why, but in the end, there is a reason for our studying these things. And in this particular case, we may be able to use them in industry, in factories and things like that. An application, of course, is something that we do in order to do something. Like in your phone, of course, you've got apps or applications. Those are things that help you do something.
Here, though, an industrial application is an industrial use, okay? When I think of industry, I think of people using factories to make stuff and to do stuff. Well, apparently you can use Yang's research in industry, in factories. How about that? Now, in modern manufacturing, by the way, manufacturing, that's the process of making a lot of stuff. Maybe in factories. The Industrial Revolution was all about mass manufacture. Yes, anyways, in modern manufacturing, cubes are usually produced in one of two ways, through cutting or molding. The physiology of wombats, how they're internally made there, may just help us improve our manufacturing technique. So, all jokes aside about poop and stuff like that and feces, the physiology of wombats might help us make cubes.
Interesting. And yes, we do need cubes in our daily lives, perhaps in construction or in the medical field. So yes, cubes are useful. And of course, they're made through cutting and molding, which means you pour the liquid into a shape and then it hardens and becomes that cube. So we're talking about the physiology here, the physical makeup of wombats. If we study them, then we may be able to improve our own manufacturing techniques for cubes. How about that? Okay, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始写到 Native to Australia, the wombat looks for all the world like a cute stuffed toy. 他说袋熊原生于澳洲，看起来完全就像一只可爱的填充玩具。那么文中用到 for all the world， 它是表达完全在各方面，意思就相当于 exactly 或是 in every way。那我们这边来区分一下，如果是 for the world， 它的意思则是 for any reason 的那种语义，用来加强语气。那么 for the world 常常会搭配否定字词来表达无论如何都不会怎么样。像我们可以说 I wouldn't miss your wedding for the world. 我一定会去参加你的婚礼，我无论如何都不会错过的。好，那么多年来科学家都很疑惑说，为什么袋熊的便便是方形的？那课文第二部分写到说，是在2018年才由 Patricia Young 一名专攻流体力学和生物学的美国研究员找到这个重要问题的答案。好，那么文中用到It was only in 2018 that Patricia Young 怎么样。那这其实是分裂句的句型，我们来学这样的用法。要强调句子里面某个部分时，我们常常会用分裂句。那用法是把你原本句子要强调的部分摆在 it is 和 that 之间，或是 it was 和 that 之间。那么强调的部分可以是你原本句子里面的主词、受词、时间副词或是地方副词等等。好，那么接着你再把你原本句子的其他部分就丢到 that 之后，所以分裂句的句型就是 it is 或是 it was 加上强调的部分，加上 that 再加句子的其他部分。好，我们举例来说 The smell of fresh bread drew me to the bakery section. 新鲜刚烤好的面包香味把我吸引到烘焙区。如果我们用分裂句来强调这个主词 the smell of fresh bread， 那么句子就可以写作It was the smell of fresh bread that drew me to the bakery section. 那这样的句子就是强调说正是新鲜刚烤好的面包香味把我吸引到烘焙区了。好，那我们回头来看课文句子 It was only in 2018 that Patricia Young 什么什么 found the answer to this burning question. 它就是用分裂句来强调时间。如果我们要还原句子，那你就直接把 it was 和 that 拿掉，然后把这个原本强调部分 only in 2018把它丢回原本句尾。那么句子就变成 Patricia Young 什么什么什么 found the answer to this burning question only in 2018。好，那我们再补充一下哦。如果你要强调的部分是人，那么分裂句里面的 that 是可以改用 who 来表达的。举例来说 It was Sarah who told him the secret, not me. 是 Sarah 把秘密告诉他的，不是我啦。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Cube. Cut the carrots and potatoes into cubes and add them to the soup. Characteristic. This breed of dog has many characteristics that make it a perfect pet. Phenomenon. This phenomenon can be easily explained by science. Specialize. Professor Davidson specializes in early American literature. Biology. Much progress has been made in the field of biology over the past few years. Associate. Miranda's associates consider her to be a diligent worker. Application. David's research is interesting, but it has few practical applications.
Discussion Starter starts now!
It's time now for our discussion starter. Here's the question. What did you find most interesting about the article?
I was amazed to learn that learning how wombats made cubed poop, this actually was going to be useful, or that it had industrial applications. I thought, hey, it's interesting to actually learn this, to answer this question, but to actually be able to apply this knowledge in industry, that was amazing to me.
Well, I thought it was interesting that wombats are actually very cute animals. I had never seen a picture of a wombat before, and so in preparation for today's lesson, I went online and did a Google search for the word wombat, and it turns out that they are really, really cute animals. The word wombat, to me, sounds like it's going to be a really evil, mean kind of creature with big fangs and ugly eyes and stuff like that. This is not the case at all.
Well, everyone, today's article has come to an end, and I sure hope you guys enjoyed reading and learning along with us. I am Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.